All right, girls, here we go. So here's my Cervelo P3. I wanted to go over how my setup is. I have a X-Wing Carbon Sonic that allows me to carry 2 bottles here. And then I have a X-Wing mini bag. Inside here I have a tire tool, a couple of CO2 cartridges, one of the little adapters for the CO2 cartridge, and a tube with an adapter that's adequate for my wheels. I have the Zip 808s, so my adapters actually have to be, or my stem actually has to be that long, so I have a special adapter. So if you have different wheels, make sure your wheels are suited to your tube. So I'm actually going to show you on my road bike that I have set up here, but these are the things I carry in my underneath my seat. I have a tire tool, have a few bucks just in case. I carry a couple of CO2 cartridges. The 16 grams are big enough for a road wheel, so this allows me 2 fill-ups. And then this is a little adapter that actually screws onto the end of the CO2 cartridge. Have my tube with adequate length stem on my tube. I actually carry a set of glueless patches just in case I was to ever end up with 2 flats. Then another thing I always carry is one of these little adapters, and what this will allow you to do is a Presta valve will cannot be aired up with anything other than a Presta pump, but if you have this little adapter, you can undo your Presta valve, put this on, and then you can air it up like a normal tire. So my son Blake, say hi Blake.
Hi.
He's going to be our videographer as we go through this. So you may have to scoot back some. So you're going. We just hit a flat. So first thing to do is to undo your brake caliper. I always run my chain down to the smallest chain ring so I know I can get it off easier. Come around here, Blake. I'm going to undo your quick release skewer, and that will allow you to pull your tire off. Doesn't really matter where you start, but use the end here and scoop it in between the rim and the tire. And I like to, once I get it off, I'll hold it with my finger there, and then it just takes a lot of muscle to pull this all the way around. Okay, so I got one side of the tire off. I can pull it over here and pull my tube out. And then the tube would then go back into your shirt, so you're going to take it home with you, because you wouldn't want to throw it on the side of the road. And you're going to get your new tube and use it. You always then, because if you have a goat head in your tire, you might have many. So I always take my hand and I run it inside my tire to see if I can find any little stickers or anything like that that might be sticking through my tube. Once you're sure that there's not any stickers back sticking through your tube, get your tube back. I always like to put a little bit of air in it, so I'll open up my Presta valve, give it just a tiny bit of air, find your hole in your wheel, slide that back through, and then it's just a matter of laying your tube back inside your tire. And then now we're going to take our wheel tool. You don't want to pinch your tube in between your tire and your wheel. start with your hand. I'm actually pushing my tube up here inside as I work my way around so I don't pinch it. You'll eventually get to a point where you can't squeeze it back on with your hand and you'll have to use your tire tool. So I've got, what, maybe 12 inches here that I can't get on by my hand, so now I'll use my tire tool. I'm going to actually slip my tire tool up and hook it on the edge of my rim and then pop that over, pushing my tube up in there again so I don't pinch it. And there we go. I'm going to air it back up. It's time to put the tire back on. Remember, we put the chain on the smallest chain ring, so I'm going to slide it over. Smallest chain ring. Pull it up. And tighten my skewer. Remember, we've already aired our tire up. Close your brakes. Another thing that's always important to do is just rotate it and make sure your tire's not rubbing, and check your brake, make sure your brake works, and then you're good to go. A thing that's weird on the Cervelo P3 is I know we've got some aero bikes, any of these aero bikes that are real tight against the tire like this. The tire doesn't pull back into it like a conventional frame will. It just slides in the back, which just means you have to basically pull the wheel straight out and slide it back in. So it's not much different, but it's a little bit different, and it just takes a little practice to get used to. So I hope that works. Good luck, and may the flats never be in your favor.